Hello, world. How are you? This is Lila. My name's Adam. We are at the Delphian School, and we wanted to talk to you today about the five senses. Lila is our host, and I am her guest because Lila teaches elementary school students.
Hello.
Lila's from New York.
Yes.
While we wait for people to join in, Lila, tell us a little bit about yourself. What's it like in New York?
A lot like Oregon, actually. Kind of similar, weather-wise at least. Very different in terms of like busyness.
I feel like the people are a little different.
Yeah, definitely different people.
Yeah, like in Oregon, I'm from Oregon. I went to a store and they asked me how I was doing, and they feel like they really wanted to know how I was doing.
Yeah, that's not how it is in New York.
Yeah, that wasn't how it was out there. So we wanted to talk to you today about the five senses, and we'll be using this book called The Five Senses. It's a course that we offer here through Heron Books, and part of this course is this guide, which you can download now. I'm sure there's a link available. Do they have a link available?
We have a link available.
Nice.
And if you want to print it out, you can print it out and follow along with us. We're going to sign off the steps as we do them, or you can just follow along on your computer.
Cool. It looks like we have 34 people joining in with us today. If you can hear us, why don't you let us know where you're from? We'd like to hear from you.
If you look at the bottom of your screen, you'll see options for Q&A and chat. Answer your responses into the Q&A. That way we can see them and answer them, and everyone can see what we say. You don't have to have the book. I'll share it on the screen while we read. Okay, so we got people from Iowa, from New Jersey.
Hold on, I'll go back. Who's here from California? You got Milo from California.
Ben's from Chicago.
Lyric in Texas. Austin, Texas. Beautiful town. Ashton, I know you, Ashton. Ashton's in Sheridan.
Ellie from Virginia.
Hi, Ellie. Lyric, what a cool name. Wait, where's Spencer from? Spencer's in Iowa?
Wow. Got someone from New Jersey. Where'd it go? Kiosha from New Jersey. My parents live in New Jersey now.
New Jersey, represent. Okay. Well, if you do have a chance to download this and even print it, then you can sign off as we go. I put my name at the top. And this guide, it will bring us through this course, which we'll be doing over 2 days. We want to spend a little bit of time with you today on the subject of sight and the subject of hearing. And we have a couple props. Oh, we need you to go get some props. Could you go and put together some props for our class? Lila made up this beautiful book for us, which you can make. You can also just take some white paper, fold it, and you're good to go. Also, there's this type of glass. It's a water glass. It's I call it an adult water glass, or maybe a parental water glass. It's a special type of glass you'll find in your house. It's for special parents' water. So if you could go and find one of these types of glasses, ideally it's a crystal glass, but you know, glass is just fine. But it's got to be like this. It has to have this long stem. We're gonna do a little experiment in sound on that today. Born in California, but you're in McMinnville. Luke, it's nice to hear from you. Natasha's in Washington.
Catalea in Portland.
All right, what an incredible name. Samsung Galaxy 7, we do get your messages. We're glad you're here. Who's that? Who's that?
Wait.
Elisa in New Jersey.
Elisa,
Is that another New Jersey?
There you go.
Yeah. All right, well, that's a lot of people. I think we're ready to get started. Wait, go back up there.
Wait.
Someone, Nicholas in Texas, Deo in Florida.
Michael and Evan, Illinois.
Yeah.
Aubrey from California.
Hi, Aubrey.
There you go.
I feel like there was one that said something really important. Pasadena's here. There it is. Hi, Uncle Adam. What's up? I don't know if that's my niece or my nephew, but it's nice to hear from you. Oh, I think that's my niece. Is that Versailles in Pasadena? Anyway, it's nice to have family here. Nice to have all of our friends here. We've got a lot of people joining and we're ready to start.
All right.
So if you could open this up, print it out, we're going to start reading to you. The first step is to read the Five Senses, Chapter 1, Our Senses.
Yeah.
Take it away, Lila.
If you don't have it opened up, I have it open on the screen now, so don't worry about that. All right. And if you ever have any questions as we go along, feel free to ask them in the Q&A and we'll answer them. All right. Chapter 1, Our Senses. Have you ever played in the park and felt the cool green grass under your feet? Maybe you smelled some pretty flowers. Maybe you looked up to see the blue sky and heard some birds singing a song in the trees. Perhaps you enjoyed a delicious ice cream cone. Have you ever gone camping and smelled the smoke of the fire while you watched the orange flames flicker? Have you heard the crackling of the wood as it burned? Maybe you felt the warmth of the fire or a squishy roasted marshmallow with your fingers before popping it into your mouth and tasting its sweetness. Every day we see, hear, smell, touch, and taste things as ways to explore the world around us. These are the 5 main senses that help us learn new things. The senses are different ways our body helps to tell us what is going on in the environment. All right.
All right.
So now we're going to sign off the first step on our check sheet. Just like that.
Oh, you put the date. It's the 25th.
Oh, yeah.
Good to know. Happy Wednesday. So the next step is to make a sketchbook. And you'll be doing some drawing. Luckily, I'm a professional artist, so I'll be making some pretty incredible drawings today. It could just be some paper folded in half. I think that's all we need.
Yeah.
We're going to sign that off.
Sounds good.
Okay.
Next thing we're going to do is read chapter 2.
Can I do it?
Yeah.
Okay. Chapter 2, sight. Sight is one of the senses that most people have. Our eyes are how we see things. If you look at your eyes in the mirror, you will see only the front of the eye. The whole eye is round like a ball and is often called the eyeball. A human eyeball is about the size of a ping pong ball. Eyes can be different shapes and colors. The colorful part is called the iris. Everyone has a black spot in the center. That spot is called the pupil, and it is an opening that lets in light so we can see things. When it is dark and there's not much light, it is harder to see what is around you. Light makes it easier to see. When it is very bright, the iris closes around the pupil, making it smaller so not too much light gets in. When it is very dark, then the iris moves back, letting the pupil get bigger to let in more light so we can see. Whatever the color, the iris and pupil work the same to let just the right amount of light into the eye. Okay. Can I sign off my check sheet?
You can sign off your check sheet.
Okay. So we're going to do a little exercise with you where we need you to go and get a mirror.
Or go look in the bathroom mirror or something.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Oh, if they had a mirror with them, that would be good. Okay, so if you have to go away, here are your instructions. We want you to look into your eye. We want you to get really close. And we want you to see the 2 parts of the eye that we just talked about. There's the pupil that lets in light, and there's the iris, the colorful part around that closes and gets bigger. What color is your iris? It's like a light blue, like a really light blue.
Go check the mirror, see what color your iris is, and then let us know. Blue iris. Yeah, I guess we're both blue.
It might have different colors.
They're like lighter at the bottom and darker at the top. That's kind of cool.
Yeah. Okay, we'd like to hear about your eye colors out there.
All right.
Brown. Natasha's got brown eyes.
Blue and green.
Remo, what a cool name. Mine is blue and green. Yeah, that is so cool. My daughter has these two colored eyes with little flecks of other color in the middle.
Luke, brown.
Brown-eyed boy. What's up, Luke?
Ben, gray. Nice.
Really?
Versailles and Jed, brown.
Versailles and Jed's are brown.
Nicholas,
Hi, Jed.
Brown. Catalea, brown. Oh, Ellie's got hazel eyes.
Wow.
Nice. Nicole's got green.
Green eyes.
There you go.
Wow. Okay, we're going to do a drawing exercise. So this will involve your sketchbook
Paper.
or your paper. Hi, Nicholas.
Ooh, got more blue eyes.
Blue.
Charlie.
Nicole's are green. Lyrics are brown.
Lyrics, brown.
So remember when I said I was a professional artist? That just wasn't true. And now you're about to find that out. But luckily there is a professional artist in the room named Lila. And we're gonna do a little exercise where what we'd like you to do is go back to a mirror and we'd like you to draw your eyes. You can just do one eye.
You're gonna draw the pupil and the iris.
Yeah.
Draw your eye and then show where the pupil is and show where the iris is, okay? Do you want colored pencils?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Lila and I don't have a mirror. If you have a friend with you, you can do this little trick where you draw their eye.
Boy.
Okay, go. Oh, I have a black.
Me too.
So what we're doing, in case you just got here, is we have a piece of paper and we're drawing our friend's eye. You can draw your mother's eye. You can draw your own eye. But we're looking at the parts of the eye and we want to label the two parts that we learned about, the pupil and the iris. Okay, got it. Okay, ready?
Wait.
All right, showtime.
I don't know if you can see it very well.
Nice.
There we go.
Look, what I noticed is that she had little squigglies that came out from the pupil, and mine are more like rays. So, you know what's so cool about the eye? Oh, I have something we're gonna try while I want to make sure that you get a chance to really color the person's eye. But while we do that, I want to talk to you about how this thing works. You have these cells inside the eye, and there's two types of cells. So a cell is just a part of the body and it does different things. And there's so many types of a cell, but it's the most basic part of your body. Like when we talk about the taste the taste cells in your tongue that can taste things. There's certain parts of your tongue that can taste something sweet, and it's a different part than what tastes something spicy. So I talked to my friend Ben, who has a degree in this whole subject. He went to college for a lot of years to learn all about this. And what Ben was telling me about the cells in your eyes is that there are two basic types. One of them is picking up colors. And we humans have 3 different ways to judge color. And that gives us a really good idea of color. Some animals don't have that. So if you looked at like a tree with an apple in it, most animals cannot see the apple in the tree as a different color from the leaves and the branches.
It's kind of crazy.
Yeah. And so those cells are shaped like a cone. So we'll call them the cone cells. And the cone cells, we have 3 types of cone cell. So we can see 3 different types of colors and all their mixtures. And that helps us be able to differentiate the apple. So it gives us an advantage. Humans have an advantage because we can see all these really cool colors. There's another type that sees motion. So those are more like a, they look like this, like a stick. And those cells, here, I'll draw the other one. This is the one that sees colors, that's in your eye, and this is the type that sees motion. So when things are moving, and you have both, but this is my experiment I wanted to show you. Lila doesn't know what I'm about to do, but we're gonna try something. Okay. So you're gonna look straight ahead.
Like that?
Yeah.
Okay.
And you're gonna tell me, first of all, I'm gonna wiggle my fingers in front of her face. Okay. You can see that pretty well, right? Yeah. Okay. When I come around the side, you gotta look straight ahead. Okay. Can you see it moving better? Or is that better?
I think in front is better.
In front is better?
I think so.
Try over here.
I can tell that it's moving over there. I just can't see the exact fingers.
Okay. Where I'm gonna move my finger and tell me when you can first see my fingers, okay?
There.
Ooh, right here. Look, I'm way over the side of her head and she can see it. So your eyes have a lot of the kind that are like this, right so they can see out the sides. And it's so that you can see things coming and you can see way out to the side. And those are called peripheral. That's the stuff that's way out to the side, your peripheral. So yeah, isn't that cool?
That's very cool. Just a reminder, I can see some people raising their hands. If you have a question or something you want to say, just type it into the Q&A and then we can see it.
Don Robinson. I teach music and Don Robinson was in my choir. I love you, Don. I'm glad to hear from you. Luke and Desmond, we miss you too. I agree. Thanks for being here.
Yeah, instead of raising your hand, just put what you want to say into the Q&A, okay?
Oh, we're not doing hand raising?
No, that's what we're told.
We're gonna skip it. Okay, sounds good.
All right, good.
My brother can make his eyes wiggle. Okay, that's pretty cool.
That's very cool.
Yeah. Okay, I have another thing I want to show you. Are you ready?
What do we do?
Okay, so you have to look straight ahead.
Okay.
Okay, so now I brought 2 important items from the, when you're gonna do your hair, you have to make sure that you use this. Wait, you can't look. Okay. You have to make sure that you use this particular color of comb and this particular color of stuff that goes in your hair. It's just way better that way. So Lila's gonna tell me when she can see what color the comb is. Are you ready, Lila?
Okay.
Okay. Now, she could see me moving, but can you see what color it is?
No.
Right. Isn't that wild? She can see this, but she can't really tell the color. Okay, tell me when you can tell the color.
There.
What is it?
Blue.
It's blue. Okay, it took out here. Okay, so now we're gonna try the next thing. We're gonna try the stuff you put in your hair. The most important color of stuff. Can you see the color?
No.
Okay, so you can see me moving, but not the color. And tell me when you can see it.
There.
Shout it out.
There.
What is it?
Red.
It's red. Okay.
Yeah.
So here's what's happening. You have the other type of cell, the type of body part that can do stuff, the part that can see color is mostly to see in front of you. So you can see the apple in the tree, But the stuff over here, these are mostly the types of cells that are looking for things out here. That's stuff that's reserved for the motion. So you can know if you're like, if you're like eating your cereal and your brother's coming to like steal some of your cereal, you can make sure to not let that happen because you could see him coming. But it doesn't really matter like, what color shirt he's wearing. So mostly you want to see the color stuff in front of you. So most of the color receivers are to see up in the front. Isn't that cool?
That's pretty cool.
Thank you, Ben, my friend Ben. So all of this subject that we're talking about is part of a science called biology. And the 5 senses are part of this word, biology. So every time you're talking about the body and how the body works, it falls into this thing. And there's scientists all over the world right now that are working really hard to solve kind of like a big problem. And they're involved in this subject. And it's about logy is the study of things and bio is life. So it's understanding life. So you are now a biologist.
There you go.
There you go.
I guess that's pretty cool. You can see from the sides of your eyes.
Yes. Yes, that is cool. Why is the sun blinding? Luke, you're so smart. It's a great question. I have an answer for you. Are you ready? So Luke Robinson wants to know why the sun is blinding. And do you know why like pirates wear the eye patch?
What?
Okay. So, sometimes a pirate has an eye patch, because maybe he stabbed and he lost an eyeball in a fight on a pirate ship. But really the reason that they wear this eye patch is that when you go out into the sun, so you've been down in the boat and you've been moving boxes around, but then you come upstairs and all of a sudden it's like, you ever walked out of the building and you walk into the sunshine and you're just like,
Yeah. It's too bright.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe after the movies.
Yeah.
So pirates walk up onto the top of the boat and they can't see, but they need to be able to see because they're on a boat and, it's kind of dangerous up there. So you need to be able to quickly get up there and move. So what they do is they wear the eye patch here and then they just shift it to the other eye. And then this eye is ready for receiving light. And it's the same thing for when you go back downstairs and you have to, you've ever been outside in the light a lot and then you go inside and then you have to wait, or you go into darkness and you have to wait for like 5 minutes. You can close your eyes, it kind of helps. Then finally your eyes adjust and now you can start seeing things. Yeah. So when the pirate has his eye patch and both of his eyes are working, he just moves it over and now he can see in the bottom of the boat.
Yeah. I don't know if you remember earlier it talked about when it's light, the iris closes and the pupil gets smaller. So not too much light gets in. And when it's dark, it opens up so that more light can get in. So what happens is when it's really dark and then you go to really light, your pupil and iris haven't had time to change yet. And that's why it's hard for you to see right away. So it needs time to adjust.
Nice.
Yeah.
So Luke, one more answer to your question, one more part of your question is that these parts of your body inside the eye, the cells, they receive information and then they need to take a rest. Like they told you what's going on and now they need a break. So if you receive a big bright light, then it's kind of exhausting. It'd be like if you ran as fast as you could and then you still have to run some more. You'd be so exhausted. So you'd want to sit down and like rest for a little bit. And that's kind of what's happening to these in your eye when you walk out into the sun. And it seems it's so blinding is it's just overloading those cells and they need to take a rest before they can see again. It's a great question. I hope that I answered it. I'm checking off my learning guide. I think we're good. I think we're ready for the next subject. Oh,
Little red lines around the eye. This is just blood vessels in your eye.
Little red lines around the eye. Carlos, you're a genius. It's a beautiful question. Lila thinks she knows the answer. Oh, you have to say it out loud though too, because if everyone else see it?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, they'll see it. Okay.
Good.
Good.
We'll go to the next part now.
Yeah. Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna do one more drawing trick. We want to talk about how badly you need your eyes. It's really important to have your eyes if you want to get something done. For example, let's say I were gonna draw Lila's eye without my eyes. I'd have to remember what it looks like and then make my fingers do the work without being able to see my work. So that's what we're gonna do. I'd like you to take the next part of your sketchbook and try and draw the same eye
With your eyes closed?
with your eyes closed. Are you ready?
Ready.
Okay. Okay, here we go.
It's gonna be really bad.
Okay, we're all drawing the same eye. Without an eye. Can I use one eye?
Oh.
Oh, wait, I gotta color it in. So, luckily I'm a professional artist, and I really want Lila to feel like I understood her eye, and I wanted to make it as beautiful as possible. So she's in for a treat when she sees my eye drawing. You know what I noticed about your eye is you have hair at the top of your eyes to like keep the dirt away. Eyelashes. I'm gonna draw some of those in as well. And my work here is done. Would you? How'd you do? Okay, time to show your work. So, did you? Lila, that is a beautiful picture of my eye. And this is Lila's eye. We'd like to know how you did at home.
See if you had any better luck than we did drawing
Yeah.
with your eyes closed.
Imagine if we actually looked like this. Okay, so apparently I need my eyes if I'm going to be a professional artist.
There you go.
Yeah. I think I was laughing, not crying. Someone asked me why I was crying.
I think he's asking like, why do eyes cry?
Oh, okay.
Terrible, yeah.
Yeah.
Terrible drawing.
It's like
On the eyes crying question, I'll have to get you a better answer later on exactly why that works.
I mean, I think there's so much stuff that can be around your eye that you don't want going in there.
Yeah. It doesn't
So, imagine that there like some dust got in your eye that these little lashes can't like flick it away because it landed in there. You'd want something to like push it out.
wash it out.
Yeah.
Adeline, I understand. I
Yeah.
hope.
But when you're sad and you cry, I don't understand that either.
Okay. Luke, good to know you didn't do that bad. All right, good.
Luke did all right?
Luke did all right.
Okay.
Let's sound these off.
Then he'd be a good artist in the dark.
Do you want to do this for the describe something?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. For this next thing we're gonna do, you're gonna pick something that you can see, and obviously none of the rest of us can see it, right? So like if I was doing it, maybe I would pick like a chair I'm sitting in. I'd be like, oh, okay, it's black and rectangular, and it's got silver things on the bottom sticking out of it. And you're gonna pick something and then describe it, and we're gonna read it out and try to guess what it is you're talking about because we can't see it.
Oh,
Make sense?
yeah, I like it.
So if you have something you want to try to describe, let me know. Yes, there is a bird in the background.
Yeah, they heard it.
We were trying to get it to go to sleep, and it's not working very
We
well.
wanted you to guess. When we got to sound, we were going to make you guess what was in the room. But you figured it out. Who is that? Nicole. Good job, Nicole. You figured it out.
Yeah.
Maybe we should make him guess how many birds.
I don't know what I should say. Thanks. All right.
Sounds like more than one. Okay, so what we would like you to do is you're going to type in something that you see at home, and you're going to describe it to us.
We're gonna try to guess what it is.
Yeah. Yeah, that's
Two
true.
birds.
2 birds. That's a good guess. It looks like 2 birds.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, okay, so I'm going to tell you something I see, and you're going to try guessing. Are you ready? Okay, so Lila, you have to guess too. You can't know what it is.
Okay.
All right, so I see a black thing over there on the desk. It is kind of like this is hard. It's kind of like boxy, and it has like a white round thing inside of it with like a part of it coming up, and it has this like silver thing on the edge with a bunch of teeth. So the white part's coming over the teeth.
Luke thinks it's a computer.
Okay, it's a lot smaller than a computer. It's probably like 4 inches and then 2 inches high.
Spencer says tape.
Tape. It was tape, Spencer.
All right,
Spencer nailed it. Good job.
Kyosh said, mine is pointy and is full of black ink. What is it?
Okay, Kyoshi, I have a feeling I know what it is. I'm going to guess that it's a pen.
Let's see. Let's see. Yep, Nicholas agrees. Pen.
It was a pen. Oh, you agree with me, Nicholas. Okay.
I'll see what she said. Let's see. Someone says silver spikes, black, round with a buckle. Make something look tough, something worn, usually by something that walks on 4 legs. Oh, like a dog or something.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, so I think that is my niece. Is that my niece? And are you home?
I think it's like, Elisa thinks
Elisa thinks
it's
a collar.
I'm
thinking that's true.
Elisa.
If you guys are home, maybe you're with Zero, my favorite dog in Pasadena, and maybe that's Zero's collar. But I don't remember Zero's collar having spikes.
Let's see. Yep, it's collar.
It is. All right.
All right.
Good job, Elisa. You guessed it.
Catalea says silver round thing. It has 3 hands and numbers.
Silver round thing. 3 hands
And numbers.
and numbers. Yeah.
Clock? I'm going to go with the clock.
I think it's probably.
Or a
Oh, yeah.
watch.
Mine's got 3 hands.
Yeah.
I guess these clocks have these. 3 hands.
Yeah, clock or a watch.
Yeah. I was just thinking of 3 hands, so that was confusing to me. Okay, good job. We're going to go to our next subject.
All right. We're now going to move on to chapter 3, hearing. You want to read this one?
Yeah.
Okay. Adam's going to read this for us.
Okay, so chapter 3, hearing. Close your eyes for a moment and listen to the sounds around you. Maybe you heard voices from the people nearby. Maybe you heard the sound of your hand moving across this page. Maybe you heard something else. Hearing is the sense we use our ears for. We hear sounds with our ears. Our ears are on the sides of our head, so we can hear sounds coming from the front, from the sides, and from behind us. Like our eyes, when you look in a mirror, you see only the outer part of the ear. Inside, there are more parts that help you hear. Our ears can hear many kinds of sounds. Some sounds are loud, some sounds are soft. Some sounds are nice to listen to. Some sounds are not so nice to listen to. Sometimes the sounds that people do not like to hear are called noises. Sometimes we can hear something before we see it. That's cool. And if you have any questions, we like answering questions. We're really happy that you have a lot of questions, and if you want to enter them in there, feel free to do that. So I'm going to sign off my learning guide. We have an activity. Look at the ears of 5 different people. The chances are pretty good you don't have 5 people in your house, but if you have a lot of brothers and sisters, go for it. But try to find at least one other person And if you don't have one other person, you can go look in the mirror. Notice how the ears are alike and how they're different. And you might as well go look at your own ears in the mirror as well. Go ahead and do that now. All right, look at my ear. Okay, you look at both ears.
Oh, that I see both. Pretty similar.
Pretty similar?
Yeah.
Okay.
Look at my ears.
Is one of my ears bigger?
Actually, maybe.
Okay, I think so. I think actually sometimes one ear is lower on your head. Sometimes, so I think that's the case with me. I think this ear is lower. It makes it kind of ridiculous for sunglasses.
Okay. It's pretty cool that your older brother has pointed ears like an elf.
Oh, it's so cool. Maybe your brother is an elf.
Yeah. Your ear is a mole.
Ear is a mole. That's cool. You have 4 people at home. Okay, good. That means you're going to get a lot of ear comparisons. Milo, we want to answer your question. We're going to take a look at it. Oh, wow. Wow. Milo has a question that sounds a little bit really intense. Let's finish talking about ears, and then we can talk about Milo's question.
Okay.
Yeah, like the ears are so different. Like I know what my ears look like, and I look at Lila's ears, and they're really different. Yeah. For one thing, I think my ears are like 3 times the size of Lila's ears.
Because my ears are smaller. It's also earrings, so it's weird.
Yeah. Cool. So they have all these different parts to it, is what I noticed, that, you know, maybe like sound can come in different ways. Lila, can I tell you something cool about ears?
What?
Okay, listen. So you have these you have this liquid in there, right? Like inside your ear, and it like hangs out on both sides, and it's like if you had a ball of liquid, right? And it goes like this. It's telling you where up is. So if you were to like close your eyes and lie down, you know, then the water goes like this. No, it's not really water, but it's like this liquid in there, and it goes like this. And so it's telling you, oh, that was different from how it was like this. So the cells, again, the parts of your body that do different things, the cells are noticing, oh, like I'm lying down now, or I'm standing up. So it can tell you where up is. Yeah. And that feeling of being dizzy when you like spin around and around is because that fluid is going around and around, and it just feels confusing. It's confusing to the cells, so it gets confusing to you, and your body doesn't like it. So, okay. Okay. So we're gonna run out of time here. We spent a lot of time on site. We really have to get to this important part of the activity. Do we save it? Do we save the parental water glasses for later? Okay. All right. We're gonna do this experiment. So we need you to go and get some parental water glasses. They look like this. I brought 2. And, you know, when these different types of sound, there's so many different types, and your ears hear things in different ways. And the main way that it's knowing that there's sound happening is that there are these invisible vibrations that come from the glass into the water. They vibrate the air, which travels to my ear. If there were no air in the room, this wouldn't work because it has to vibrate the ear. Vibrate the air, which goes into my ear, and then my ear picks that up. So you can make a little song. I love music. Music is my favorite subject. And so we're now doing a music class. Yeah. Well, you have to push hard. Push hard. Push down hard with your finger. Yeah. This is not easy. Like I've done this 100 times and done it wrong. So I hope that it works for you at home. So try this out. I mean, I think that's the coolest thing ever.
This is so much fun.
It's amazing. So I hope that you're able to find another glass, fill it to a different level, and make a third sound with us. So we have one sound, two sounds. You can see that with more water, it vibrates the air differently, which makes her, let's see, mine's higher, right? Yeah. So this kind of represents our voices. She has a much lower voice than I do, obviously. I'm just kidding. So I have the less water, so it vibrates. What's happening is it's vibrating the air faster. So the waves going to our ears from here are faster waves than the ones here. The slower waves make the lower sound. And the lowest sounds, the ones you can barely hear, those are very slow waves. So if you could make a third sound to go with our sounds, then we have 3 notes being played at the same moment, which is just called music.
Okay.
Unless you hate the sound, and then it's called noise.
Not sure what my favorite sense is. Do you know what your favorite sense is?
Oh, I think it's hearing.
Oh, yeah, because music.
Yeah, I just like the things I hear.
There you go.
Okay, so we had some really great questions, and we're kind of in the middle of a chapter, and we're sorry to leave you there, but it's time for us to go. So tomorrow at the same time, we're going to do the same class, and we'll pick up on hearing, and we'll try to get through all the other senses, and Adam will do a lot less talking.
And you can always sign up for more. There's a lot more classes happening throughout the week, so you can go to delphian.org to sign up for other webinars if you'd like. And you're going to get an email tomorrow with a 30% off code for Heron Books, which is the group that makes these packs and the learning guides that you see here, so that you can check out some of the other courses that we have to offer. All right, cool.
All
See you
right.
tomorrow.
Thank you, everyone. Bye-bye.